Hi, I am Mackenzie, and I've been thinking about this for a while, but it's taken me, I think, 2 years to actually record the video. But I just wanted to make a video of life after social media and then life after not having social media and getting it again. So it's been 2 years since I have rejoined social media, which the social media was Facebook. I'm still really thinking about getting rid of it. Instagram and Snapchat. I no longer have Snapchat. But 2 years ago, before the pandemic, it was really when the pandemic started is when I got it again. But it's so crazy when you say pandemic, everyone has a time frame of when that was and what was happening. It's like a real cultural event, not even global event. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about what I learned. Maybe a lot of this is going to be personal. It's personal opinion, so I'm going to even tell you, my thoughts, and you're more than welcome to have your own thoughts, to believe what you want to believe. But I originally got rid of social media when it's crazy. When I just graduated from college. So around that time, I think I was like 22. It's just crazy to think time just, Anyways, some of you are probably like, 22? You don't even look 22 now. I know. Anyways, so I guess I just got rid of it because the main thing I got rid of was Facebook and Instagram. And Instagram was really hard because I like photos. I like, keeping up with other people's photos. But I just had a sense like, okay, I think I'm caring too much about what other people think about me. And I think a big thing was I was spending too much time on it, that I wasn't being productive. And I think that was that's my main thing now. The main thing was just, I think, comparing myself to other people and thinking I had to be a certain place, a certain person. I had to be better than I was, looking at my shortcomings. And getting rid of Facebook, I don't think was really that hard. It was Instagram that I think was really hard because, at the time I had a lot of followers, I thought, I still haven't, got that many followers since then, but I'm really glad I did it though. So I got rid of it for 2 years, and I actually ended up moving. I'm in Texas and I moved to Ohio, so I went to totally different state. I had gotten rid of it for about half a year. Yeah, and then I moved to Ohio, and I think something I realized, so there's two things, right? Something I realized about myself not having social media, and then something about other people of me not having social media. So the first thing was, what I noticed about other people was I wasn't viewing them as inferior or superior because I wasn't on that platform. So sorry, it's so loud. I just kind of came outside 'cause it's beautiful. There's water in the background, my pool, birds, and I'm right by not the highway, but sounds like a highway. So hopefully you can hear me. But so what I'm trying to say is, like, the people who have, like, thousands of followers, or even like 2,000, right? I guess to me it's like, oh, cool, 2,000. But people were like, 2,000, that's it? Anyways, so I didn't view people famous anymore, or like I didn't view them as like, oh, they have I didn't see them for what they put on social media because I didn't have social media. And I think that's like groundbreaking. But seriously though, like, I didn't view people as what they wanted me to see them as. I saw them for what I saw them as in public, in person, and I got to know them. I wasn't thinking of them in an alternate universe, which is social media. But again, disclaimer, I'm not, totally crapping on social media. Like, people are for sure allowed to do whatever they want. They for sure are. I don't think social media is bad necessarily. I don't have anything, terrible to say about it. It's just, again, just my personal opinion. I just liked that. I liked that I realized that I wasn't, and I think at the time too, I wanted to be different. So when people asked me like for social media, like Instagram, Facebook, I was just like, I don't have it. And it was like, oh, that's so different. So I think I liked that. But now I'm like, okay, Mackenzie, you don't have to be anything. Just be yourself. But I do remember one time I was working and this guy was like, oh, what's your Instagram? And I was like, I don't have one. And he like told me I was a liar. He was like, you're lying. And he like got so offended because, it's like basically asking my number. But I said, no, I don't have it. And I didn't mean it to be like, oh, I don't have it. I just was like, no, at that point I was like, no, I just don't have it. It's been about a year and a half since I hadn't had it. So I was like, no, it's totally not my life. Like, I don't even look up people's Instagram. I wasn't even looking up, like, Googling people's Instagram to see what they were like. I just didn't have it. It wasn't a part of my life. And he got so offended, and he kept walking away because it's part of a job where I had to stand, and he got to walk, blah, blah. And he never once asked for my number. And I was like, I would have told you, like, my number if you asked. I didn't get to tell him this, but it was just interesting. It was like, also, I would say I'm still behind on the terms, the current trends. Yeah, there's still things I still don't know how to do, but I think I don't really want to learn. So, but for sure, when I didn't have social media, that was actually when I believe GIFs started. I say GIFs, not GIFs, just so you know. GIFs. When they started coming out on like text messaging and people send it to each other, I didn't know how to do that. And I wasn't really into it. I just didn't really want to. So I guess this video is really, or the people who looked this video up is probably people who are, anti-technology or just trying to get more freedom in their life from social media, or just curious, I guess, to see what people are like without social media, or just psychology point of view. But where was I? So I kind of got left behind because I wasn't there for TikTok, right, when it first started. Still don't have a TikTok. My dad wouldn't let me. Yes, I'm old enough to say yes or no, but I just don't want to get addicted to it. I think that's the main reason. I just didn't want it to control me. So I think too, what I didn't explain was me, what I felt of not having social media, not really compared to other people. I felt so much better. I could tell, like, I was living more for me. And if I took photos of things, it was actually sorry for picking my nose, which is itching. Anyways, if I took photos of things, it was because I wanted to take photos. And I started to realize too, that was a big thing, was, am I taking a photo of me, of something? Am I documenting something for other people to see, or for me? And I'm beginning to find out about myself a little bit more. So it was more of a journey of just finding out me. And I'm creative. I'm an artist, really. I'm an artist in a sense of like dancer, singer, creative. So if you can kind of understand where I'm coming from, I realized I don't want to create something because of other people. Yes, I want other people to be blessed by it. I know other people are going to listen to the music, see me act. Of course it's going to affect other people, but I don't want to produce something only because other people see it. It's like, okay, what do I want to create? What do I want to bring into this world? And I noticed that with social media, because it was like, why am I taking a photo of this? Do I want other people? I was instantly thinking of what other people would think. Would they like this? Would they actually like it? And then I'm like, no, do I like it? Do I actually want to take a photo? So I think that was the main important part. And I have just realized over the years, I just don't like marketing, but that's me personally, right? Everybody has gifts and callings in their life, and I want to be more of an actress. Not even more. I want to be an actress. So then it's like, I want to be the person someone's filming. I don't want to be behind the film doing all the editing and, you know, all that stuff. So that's just my personal preference, and I'm a little bit more into privacy, and I think too, just a better quality of life. I think that's what I really wanted. I wanted a better quality of life, and I felt like social media was messing with that, affecting that. Now, I got Facebook again because I was in this like counseling group, and we had to get Facebook. So I actually deleted Facebook, where you like deactivate it and everything like permanently. I signed in again, and I found out that it didn't delete permanently. So I had all these friends, all these messages come back after not having it for 2 years, and then people started bombarding me, which, not bombarding, but to me it was bombarding, because I'm like, everybody has access to me again. And I just was trying to create an account where no one knew it was me, and all these people kept messaging me like, oh my gosh, where did you go for 2 years? Oh my gosh, where did you move? And it just was like, this is a lot. So I kept it because, you know, I was like, well, Facebook didn't delete it when I know I said permanently delete. So let me know if anybody else has that issue, or maybe I didn't do that. Anyways, yeah. So I still have Facebook to this day. I check it probably every 2 weeks, and probably for 5 minutes, because I'm like, yeah, it's too much. Again, just another personal fact about me. I'm just super sensitive, like, you know, those highly sensitive people. So it's like, I've just known to take care of myself, you know. Too much technology, too much like TV, watching TV. And it's not, you know, I do it. I'm human. I'll watch too many TV shows for me, and I'm like, I feel so drained. I feel so like dead inside. Like, oh, my eyes hurt, my head hurts. Okay. Sorry. And I got a bunch of ants all over me. No more ants. Anyways. Probably should move, but I don't want to because it's comfy. It's in the shade. Anyways. So, I will probably get rid of Facebook very soon. I do like Marketplace, you know, and for people who have or are thinking about getting rid of Facebook, it was definitely something I enjoyed. I liked it, honestly. I liked the mentality. I still technically, I mean, I have Facebook, but I barely get on it. So it's kind of like I don't. But the Marketplace was a good thing. That was cool. But we can always take it back. You know, you can always go back, like, sell different ways. You know, there's ways around it. It's just, again, if you're thinking about getting rid of social media, think about the pros and cons. You know, like, what do you really want in life? If you love marketing, if you love talking to people, and you don't think it's affecting your health, or you don't care it's affecting your health, people are like that too, then, you know, do what you want. Instagram, I'm going to keep it up because it's a resume thing for me, for acting and stuff, so I'm going to keep that one. Snapchat was interesting because I do think it would be like the new way of texting, like, you know, for your friends and stuff like that, like keeping up with them. But this is what I found, and you're, again, more than welcome to have a different opinion. I'm not, you know, trying to tell you what to think, but I found that it was more of me not actually having a real friendship with my friends. It felt like, oh, let me just show you everything that's going on in my life, and you too, but we're not actually talking about it. It's just like highlights of each other's lives, but not actually having a conversation like, oh, congratulations, like, let me tell you, let me take time out of my day and call you personally and tell you what's going on and hear your input, you know. And it feels like a fast connection, which is cool. I mean, that is cool that we can see highlights of our friends' lives and be like, oh, that's awesome, and I can comment, you know, like, that's really cool, I love that for you. But I felt like I was missing true communication with people, and me personally was like, I think I'm taking a cop out. I think I'm getting farther away from my friends than actually calling them, and because I started to feel like performance, and maybe other people don't have that, but I just felt like it was a performance. It was oh, other people are doing better than me. And it was like, I don't think I would feel that way if someone actually called me and told me. I could hear their heart. I could hear what they were saying, than me just, seeing good news and then getting jealous, or like it leading to jealousy. So that was my main reason. And Snapchat, I just was like, I'm not even posting this for me. And it was like, why do I need to tell everybody what's going on in my life? So that was my personal reason. I'm starting to realize too, since now I've had, social media for about 2 years now, I'm starting to realize TV, right? I already said I shouldn't be watching a bunch of TV because it's not good for me, but I just feel like I waste a lot of time. And I'm wondering too, like a probe, like asking the community. I love YouTube. That's for sure. I love YouTube. Like asking the community, like, do you guys feel this way too? Is it just a creative? Is it just what I grew up with and it's, something I'm working with, like through my own demons and stuff like that? Or not my own demons, but some nasty boogers, get out of here. But I have noticed that I will spend maybe an hour, let's be honest, more than an hour watching TV, and it's like, what could I have done with that time? Like, honestly, like, am I running from something? And sometimes I feel that. Like, it's like this, like, underwhelming, because it's, like, underneath the surface, Like, am I hiding from something? Am I worried about something? Am I not facing something about myself? Am I not wanting to create music because I don't think I can, so I just go to TV? Like, it's... TV... of course, I want to be an actress. So, like, I love entertainment. I'm not saying, entertainment's not great, but hours on end and how much entertainment we have as a society and this given time in humanity, it's... Yes. It is... It's overwhelming how much connection we can have, like, I want to say artificially, but, like, just through technology. And it's like, I have felt very unproductive. So that's my next series of, like, okay, do I get more strict for myself? Like, okay, 1 hour of TV. If I watch TV that day, like 1 hour, is there things I could be doing instead? Like, last night, it was hard for me. I had to pray about it. I had to talk to God about it. And I just was like, I just want to be on TV because I was home alone. Don't really have a lot of friends in this season where, they'll come over and, hang out, blah, blah. So I'm just kind of on my own here. And I was bored, and I wanted to watch TV, but my head hurt. And I was like, I don't need to be watching more TV. Like, so I was praying about it. I was talking to God and I was just like, what do I do? And I was getting like annoyed because I couldn't fix the boredom. And I'm like, okay, I need to be like a little kid again. I need to be able to be bored. And I was like, okay, what do I do with this time? And this was like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, prime time, TV time. You know what I'm saying? And I just had a feeling like, because I turned my phone off. I completely turned it off. I didn't want people to call me, text me get on my phone, look up this one fact, which is cool, Google. But then I end up on Instagram or I end up, watching TV again. But I actually looked up recipes on Pinterest and I made 2 different recipes in that time frame. And that's something I've been wanting to do personally, is make more food, be able to make food instead of just relying on, I wasn't taught how to cook, and some of you guys might have, some of you guys might not. So cooking is definitely newer to me, but I had so much fun. I did, and I was like, this is something you wanted to do, and I don't want to keep using the excuse that I don't have time for things, or I don't have, I just want more in my life than watching TV all the time. And I don't even really watch TV that much. I guess, it probably is still too much. Like, maybe yesterday I watched, like, for 3 hours. I just was like, what could I have done in those 3 hours, So, this was just my thought about social media, what I learned, what I'm going through. just my experience. I know I looked up, other people's experience about social media. I've actually really thought about getting a flip phone. That's something that has been on my mind for so long, but just I hope people see this, and I hope people start commenting, because I just want to hear what people say and what they think too. Community, like, other people feel this way. But the flip phone thing, like, seriously, music, right? I love YouTube. I'm shooting this video on my phone, right? Not a flip phone. Maps, how to get somewhere, answers quickly. It would definitely be inconvenient to get a flip phone. Do I think it would be worth it in a sense of not feeling connected all the time, and that maybe that underlying, like, not anxiety, but like restlessness? Yes. Do I think it would be worth it for the pros and cons? I'm not sure. Do I really want to spend the time to try to switch over? I'm not fully invested yet. So I watched a few videos of, people getting rid of their phones and going to a flip phone. Maybe one day. And then again, I've thought about the social implications, like how people would be mad at me for not having a regular phone, which, I shouldn't really care or think about what other people think about me, but it is something that it's interesting to think about. Like, I've thought about this at a job. Like, I wouldn't need it. I would need it for my job. Actually, I just thought about that. I would actually need a smartphone for my job right now. I was thinking for other jobs, like, they might require it, so it's like, how do you live in a society where they kind of demand it when we have our own rights? We should, right? In America, we should have our own rights to say, no, I just don't want a smartphone. And, like, yeah, they might think you're weird, but, like, not to be like, no, but you have to have one. Like, what if that's your freedom? Freedom to not have a smartphone.